Today, I'm going to take you through a walkthrough tour of Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady. I'm going to show you all the spaces, outside and inside. We're going to look at the bars, we're going to look at the restaurants, we're going to even see our cabin, every little cheeky detail of a Virgin Voyages ship, this one, the Valiant Lady. So come on board, let's take a walk. And here we are, we're in our sea terrace room. We were midship, deck 9, I believe. This is the closet space, initial closet space when you walk in the room. Lots of places to hang clothes, a good amount of shelving, a safe, and there were also some drawers, so more than enough for the two of us. On the opposite side is the bathroom. It's a good size for a cruise ship bathroom, I have to tell you. The shower was a really nice size. It was a rain shower with a handheld. And here we are jumping right into the main part of living. We had a queen size bed, which you could split up into two and make two twins if you needed, a chair. And the other side, there was a little area there for water, glasses. There was a little tablet, which actually controlled everything in the room from the curtains to the lights. This little thing cracked me up because I'm sure a lot of things were burned from hair tools. This was our little fridge. You know, it's a cruise ship mini fridge. And here's our balcony with the infamous red hammock from Virgin Voyages. So here's our room from the other side. As you can see, it was really quite spacious. We never felt cramped in here. Great TV to lie in bed at night. And of course, my favorite part, which was the comfy throw blanket, which frankly, if we weren't traveling full time, I would have bought that blanket and taken it home. Okay, we're jumping right into the cabanas. We're up on the top deck now. Honestly, I was not impressed, but here they are. So there was one open, so I did get to get a peek. You know, there's like a lounge bed, you get your own fridge. Looks like there's a chair, maybe a table, lounge chair. These things were really frightfully expensive. I think they went up to like $250 a day on sea days, so not quite for us. This was the tippy top lounge deck. The chairs weren't set up the day that we took a look at it, but certainly a good amount of space. Up above, there was actually what you're seeing is up above us is just the jogging track where you could walk around the ship. There were cute little fun things like little swing sets there. I don't know if you saw it. And then we're coming up upon the basketball / pickleball court, which was definitely utilized quite frequently by both basketball and pickleball when we were there. These were like, I don't know, you can lie on these little beds. We did take a lie down on them, but they weren't that comfortable. These were much more comfortable, these beds, but there wasn't a lot of shade. Here was the sort of outside workout area. So not that I ever participated, but all kinds of incline benches, bench presses, looks like some kind of pummel situation there. There was a punching bag, and there's like even a little boxing ring here, although we never did see anyone in that during the time that we were there. Staying on the same deck and looking down, we've got one of the two pools on board. The pools on board are not that big. There were no deck chairs set up that day, but these are like also, I don't even know what you'd call them, little chairs that you can sit in. Honestly, if you get in a back one like this, and there's no breeze, there goes Raphael. They're very, it's hot. I don't know. I just didn't really like them, but here's the other pool, which is, small, I think, for the number of people on board, but they had a lot of bed loungers, a lot of chairs set up around deck. They put a lot more chairs up, obviously, when there's more people on board, and a lot of chairs up on the top decks as well. So there was plenty of chair space to sit in. We never longed for a chair. So here we are at yet another lounging area. As you saw, there was a little bar there, and then they had these beds. This was in the back end of the ship. And you could lie on this mat, but I wouldn't do that. Anyhow, and I don't know if you saw all along the wall, you could lie there. Now, here was the outside area at the dock. These were also very comfy lounge beds. There was some in the shade, so that was good. Okay, now we're at the food. We're up in the galley. That's the specialty coffee area. These were the refrigerated sections where they had little boxes that you could take out, to the pool area. You could bring them back to your room for a snack later. These were bento boxes. In the morning, they had fruit in them and yogurt, and then sushi in the afternoon. There was a little diner there where you can get burgers and fries, popsicles, 3 different kinds every day. They were quite good. There was a taco bar for my friends who are big fans of Mexican food. The soft drinks were free on board. There's a lot of, fountain service you can get. Seltzer water, soda, iced tea, lemonade, whatever you wanted, but the soda is free. And that is my favorite. That was the ramen bar, Noodle Around, which is definitely one of my favorite places to eat on board. And then this is where they had sandwiches and paninis that changed out just about every day. Now, this was another favorite of mine in the galley area, which was the desserts / pastries / bread bar. So they really had really good pastries, just lots of fresh fruit every day, but the pastries were beautifully decorated. And I definitely partook in a few of those. And then here was where you could get rolls, croissants, focaccia every day. So we would eat up here quite a bit. Moving on to the Wake, which was the fish and steak house. We had dinner here twice during our 9-day cruise. It has a beautiful staircase entrance, and you come down the stairs. It's quite pretty. And then the actual dining area is one level down. This was during the morning, so they were serving breakfast. It was bright and sunny. It is at the very back of the ship. It's really quite big. It goes on forever, but it's elegant. It's pretty. Definitely one of my favorite restaurants on board. Next is Test Kitchen, which we did not go to. We've taken 3 cruises. We never did Test Kitchen, but people seem to love it. It's a unique dining experience, sort of on the lines of Thomas Keller and Per Se, where there's a lot of experimental foods going on. But yeah, we never ate there, but there's definitely a lot of seating, and it definitely got booked up every night. Razzle Dazzle is another restaurant on board. We did have breakfast here one morning. It's it's vegetable forward, and the menu looked interesting, but honestly, it was not one of our favorites. We've eaten on other cruises, on other Virgin cruises, we've eaten here as well, and probably my least favorite meals were at Razzle Dazzle. Now, it has swapped out on the Valiant Lady. I believe it's an Indian restaurant now. Pink Agave is the Mexican restaurant that's on board. And we had dinner here once, maybe twice, I'm not really sure. And the ribeye steak here is delicious, and they have some really good appetizers. But it's, again, another really big space, but it never feels cramped or crowded when you're in there. Lots of room, great for groups, lots of tequila options here at Pink Agave. So I kind of like it in there. Now, what's vacation without a little ice cream? So here we are at the Lick Me Till ice cream bar, which we definitely participated in, and that's open every day till pretty late. And then, of course, my personal favorite, which is the pizza place, which opens, I think, in the afternoon. It's open for lunch, and then it stays open until, I think, 2 in the morning. That was empty this day, but there's some small area of inside space, and then I don't know if you can see outside the windows there. And here's Raphael with our 2 pizzas that we got when we first boarded. So we got salad and 2 pizzas. Normally we would just share one, but this was our first day, so we each had our own. This is the social club, and you can get hot dogs here. They have licorice and Rice Krispie treats and soda fountain drinks and floats that have alcohol or non-alcohol, so that's a fun place. This is another one of my favorites. This is the Sip Lounge. So this is the champagne-y, bubbly lounge. It's actually quite elegant, and it's fun to sit in here. It's also where they have afternoon tea on sea days. So you will see as we get to the end of this clip that we actually did partake in afternoon tea. There we go. It was actually quite good. Raphael's not a big afternoon tea fan, but it's one of my favorite things in life, actually. So I did enjoy it, and everything was really good. This is the On the Rocks lounge. This is a great lounge. It's fun in the evening. This is where the bands, the entertainment plays late at night. So either before dinner, it's a good meetup. After dinner, it's a great meetup. Yeah, it's a good spacious lounge, kind of right center midship. This is the dock, which they have karaoke in, but during the day, it's a really, really bright space. And at night, like I said, there is karaoke. And this one doesn't fill up a lot, except during karaoke. But at other times of the day, you can always find a place there. And then this is the bar that was adjacent to it that then just goes to the outside. Here we are, just a walk around midship. This is sort of the atrium area, I would say. When you come on board, you would come in through those doors. That's the shore excursion desk. And then we're also coming up upon the future sailing desk, where if you really enjoyed your Virgin Voyages cruise, you can book a new one while you're on board, and there's some good discounts. A quick look into the gym. The gym was actually split up into two areas. This was the area that they had all the equipment in. There is another area that has all of the treadmills and recumbent bikes, and there's a big spin room in there as well. This area does have a small classroom as well. And then here we are at the casino, because I mean, what's a cruise without a casino? So yeah, there was nobody here because we were at sea we were in port that day, but it's a good size. We always found a machine when we wanted to play. They have, your usual amount of table games. They have poker, they have 3-card poker, they have roulette, and they have craps. So there you have it. That's my walkthrough tour of Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady. That's a lot to say. We spent 9 days on board. We loved it. It was our third Virgin cruise. We would definitely go back again and take another cruise with Virgin. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some insight into what you can expect if you were planning a cruise with Virgin, or you've already booked it, perhaps the Valiant Lady, and you want to see what it's like before you get on board. So for that, I say thank you. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't already, please do hit that thumbs up like button and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. Thanks for coming along. Have some joy in your life. See you soon. Bye-bye.